This is my examples of table of specifications. So what is the table of specifications? The table of specification, or TOS, is a tool used to ensure that a test or assessment measure the content and thinking skills that the test intends to measure. Table of specification. So this is my example. Third quarter exam in grade 7. So we use a TOS in third quarter examination in mathematics grade 7. So we start in the learning competences or content until here in number of items in learning competences. In learning competences, have specific numbers of hours. For example, learning competences number 1. So the number of hours spent is 1 hour. So the number of hours spent is 1 hour. Then the learning competences number 2, the number of hours spent is 2 hours. 2. Number 3, learning competences number 3 is number of hours spent 2 hours. Then the learning competences number 4 is 2.5. Number of hours spent is 2.5 hours. 7.5 is all total of hours spent. And now, how to get percent of items. So this is how to get percent of items. So to get percent items number of hours spent, 1 divided by the total of hours spent. The total of hours spent is 7.5. So 1 divided by total numbers of hours spent. So 1 divided by 7.5, then multiply by 100. To get the percent number of hours spent, 1 divided by the total numbers of spent is 7.5. So 1 divided by 7.5 times 100 is equals 13.13. Because percent of items is 100, this is always 100 item. So 13.13. So this is the percent of items in learning competences 1. And now, how to get a number of items? To get the number of so in the learning competences 2 is the same process. So 2 divided by 7.5, so 2 divided by 7.5 times 100 is equals 26.67. So the percent of items is 26.67. So we put here 26.67. In learning competencies 2 is the same. So we must put also here, because the same number of hours spent. The 26.67. So in learning competencies number 4 is 2.5. So 2.5 divided by 5 times 100. Okay. Number of hours spent is 2.5 divided by 7.5 times 100. So 2.5 divided by 7.5 times 100 equals 33.33. So the percent of items is 33.33. So we put 33.33. How to get the number of items? To get the number of items, times total number of test items. So total number of test item, for example, 60. Total of items the teacher give for student. So you multiply and divide in 100. For example, our percent of item is 13.13. So we multiply, I make 60 item. So for example, 13.13 times 60 divided by 100 equals 8. So our number of items is 8. And number 2 example. Point 26.67 times 60 divided by 100 equals 16. So let's see. Okay. 26.67 times 60 divided by 100 equals 16. So our number of items is 16. So 16. So the same process also. The same. 26.67. So also we put here number of items is 16 also, because the same in the percent of items. In the percent of items, we have 3.33. So 33.33 times 60 divided by 100 equals 20. So we make a calculation. So 33.33 times 60 divided by 100 equals 20. So our number of items is 20. Number of items is 20. So the number of items we have 16, 20. So total of this is 60 items. Okay, 60 items. So that is my example of table of specification.